Hi, welcome to How to Start a Board Game Company. I'm Jake Cormier from Off the Page Games. Now this week we're delving into stretch goals. I want to take you through a little bit of how I came up with my stretch goals as far as the money and the numbers behind it all, and let's just get right into it. So I created this nice little spreadsheet here where I have all my different monies raised from the Kickstarter program. Now, remember, I'm from Canada, so I've got Canadian funds, but I had to convert it into US dollars as well because all of my quotes from manufacturers are in US dollars, so that's it. Now, I used some formulas over here. I'm going to just zip all the way over here. Woo! First off, I used an exchange rate of 75 cents, which is just being generous, so that's fine. And then I use this formula over here. Now, currently my prices, and I'm still 2 weeks out, and I'm still tweaking some of the math, so this could change. But what I'm thinking of is doing $60 for the retail and $90 for the deluxe in Canadian money, which is $45 and $68. So that's what I'm thinking. I might bump this one up to $50 US, so whatever that is, 65 or something like that. So we'll see. It's getting kind of tight at to make it at 60 and 45. But then I kind of came up with this 40 and 60%. That's the percentage that I think I will sell as a mix. So 40% of my sales I think will be retail versus 60% deluxe. I think actually it'll be a lot higher, but that'll only just be in my favor to have this as a estimate. So that means this here is the average price per game is $78. Based on this math. So how did I do this? So 45,000, that's what I'm going to fund. What that means, based on that $78, that's 577 units sold. So if you can imagine, if I do sell more of the deluxe, that just means this average units sold is going to be lower. So that's that. It's going to get there faster, I guess. And then I had to decide how many extra units I want to purchase for retail, for extra, for afterwards. And I currently just said 50% more just to have some estimates. I have no idea how much it's going to be. Obviously, I'll know as we see how big this game can get, if it's going to get big or not. But let's just put in an estimate of 50% more. And we're at 865 units, which is not even hitting the bare minimum. It's like we have to get all the way down to here to 1,500 just to hit the bare minimum of print threshold that we have to hit. So then what I did is I have all these different types of stretch goals, and I put in here what they were: component, art, component, a quality increase, like thickness token thickness. I indicated if I have polls involved because I want to have some engagement going on. And then let's go through one of them, just the first one here. This is just a card, a new action, a setup card that allows some new abilities that I want to include. So this costs, these ones here, these columns here are for setup charges. But there are none for cards. Down lower, there's some setup charges when we're doing heat pressing and stuff like that. But let's talk about, just for the retail, that's about a penny. Probably not even that, but let's just round up to a penny for one extra card. 1 penny, 1 penny. This is cumulative, so obviously it's 1 penny. Once we start adding other things, it's cumulatively, we can see how much all of our stretch goals are costing. So that's pretty handy. And then I added it to the retail cost of the game, which is currently $9.42 for the retail cost of the game when you're printing at this low rate, quantity. When you're printing at 1,500 or lower. I'm hoping I don't have to print that low, but we'll see. And then the cost of the for the deluxe, same things, only a penny, but then the actual cost for the deluxe US dollars is $10.93. Now remember, this money here is, you should be multiplying by 6 in order to figure out what your retail cost should be. So 6 times 9, even 9, is $54. And this is American. So that's why I'm thinking I have to change that. 45 is going to be too tight. But 55, anyways, that's what. So then I put in how much the total cost to manufacture all of this is. So I'm getting some good insights on how much everything costs. You can see how the price increases per unit. It's obviously going up as we're adding more and more stretch goals. Sometimes the jump is big because this is a 15 cent. This is a 28 cent stretch goal. That's huge. A 28 is cumulative. Sorry, still 13 cents. That's a huge stretch goal. 13 cents stretch goal added to the deluxe for something. So that's pretty wild. I try to keep the higher ones later on. And the only other things that I want to show is that I'm doing two other stretch goal ideas. One is I'm going to be playing a game of mind management during the campaign because it's a one versus many. I'm going to be playing as the one, and everyone else is going to be playing as the many. In the comments, they'll be talking about what move they want to do. Hopefully, is the idea. And if you can catch me during the campaign, which hopefully you can, you get to. There'll be a vote whether you want to do add a rogue agent, a recruiter, or an ally to the game. So all play tested, all ready to go. Nothing here is being created in all of this. And then we're doing something called the Eraser mission. And if you can find all of the instances of the Eraser, who's the big bad villain for the entire mind management storyline, and then find all instances of the Eraser, then decode the messages and put them in the right order, then there's going to be a question that is being asked, and you have to answer that question by privately messaging me during the campaign. And if 100 people can do that, everyone's going to get a new envelope. And that's a huge deal. Like that's another, and I say envelope because I've been calling them envelope forever, but a package, a new contents of something that you get to open, and they're sealed contents. So that's pretty exciting. And if 200 people solve it, we're going to add a new comic book that Matt will write and draw for that as well. And then the polls, I'm going to be having like, hey, let's vote on the shape of for the recruit meeple, because we can change that shape. And what do we want to put on the other side of the secret map? There's going to be a poll for that because there's going to be an upgrade to do double-sided printing. And then what happens when the recruiter gets caught. And that is it. That is how I do my stretch goals. I don't want to show you too much because I don't want to give away all my stretch goals. Now, I will say that currently, as we saw at the top, everything is going up by $5,000, but that can change. This is me estimating what I want it to go up by. Maybe it'll go up by 8 or 7 or 10,000, or even less for some of them if I really want them to be hit and keep the momentum going during the middle of the slow period. Maybe I'll make them a little smaller so that it feels like there's momentum and we're hitting more stretch goals even during the slow periods. We'll see. That's why you only announce 2 or 3 of them at a time. And I don't want to show you guys too many of these. Look at that. I'm just leaving this up so you can read them all. Yeah. So that's pretty much how I am thinking about doing all the stretch goals. It's a pretty tricky business. There's a lot of really hard kind of math to figure out. Like how, because this many more people backed it, I am now saving a little bit more because I can get a better discount on printing a few more units. Now, maybe I'm not doing it right, but I only got quotes on big numbers like 1,500, 2,500, 5,000 units. And so it's hard to understand how much, when you have a stretch goal of 5,000, that's only, I don't know, I didn't do the math, 100, less than 100 units purchased. And so that's not enough quantity to make the price come down. It might be actually, but I didn't get quotes on that, so I don't exactly know how much that is in difference in savings. So I think that's only going to come with experience, and having to do this many more times with other games, you'll start to really understand that probably even better. So this is where I'm at right now, learning as I go. I hope you're learning something as well. Let me know what you think about how the stretch goals are working. If you think I am missing something or should be doing something different, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Thanks so much. Have a good one.